If you hear these words, know this. It is no accident, but a quiet yet persistent call of fate. This is a resonance echoing in the depths of your soul, as if it had been waiting precisely for this moment, for this address. Before we step together beyond the veil of mystery into the holiest of holies, you must make your choice. Your like is not merely a sign of approval, it is a bright declaration of your sincere intention, a readiness to discover something more. And a subscription is your unspoken entry into the ranks of seekers, those who refuse to be satisfied with the superficial. The truth, which they, hiding it behind a colorful screen of endless news, meticulously shield from prying eyes, is actually simple, yet terrifying. It directly concerns the most vital element of our existence, that without which life is unimaginable, that which we take for granted, that which has nourished great civilizations since the dawn of their inception. This is not a fabricated conspiracy theory. It is a real conspiracy, aimed against your consciousness, against your very essence, skillfully cloaked in a dense veil of oblivion. In ancient forgotten scrolls found in the ruins of now lost civilizations, similar to those that once held the secrets of the mysterious Mu, we discover echoes of this approaching frightening truth. One such document, titled Whispers of the Depths, speaks of cycles that have governed the being of our planet for ages, cycles deliberately ignored by those who firmly hold the reins of power. It speaks of the coming golden age of water, which will inevitably give way to an era of soul drying. And these are not mere ornate metaphors or poetic imagery. These are genuine prophecies, skillfully encrypted in a language accessible only to a select few. Let us therefore examine the evidence, which at first glance appears entirely disparate, but in reality forms a unified, unsettling, and frightening pattern. The prophecies of Vanga, whom many consider merely a simple fortune teller, are in fact a reflection of a profound Gnostic understanding of planetary energies. Her words, that water will one day become more precious than gold, are not simply a prediction of future scarcity caused solely by natural cataclysms. It is rather a warning about conscious manipulation, about how nature's most precious gift will be transformed into a sophisticated instrument of total control. The ancient Maya, whose astonishing astronomical calculations still evoke admiration for their accuracy, also left us references to cycles connected with water. In their cosmology, water was not represented as a mere element, but as something far deeper, a carrier of information itself, a living substance that nourished not only mortal bodies but the spirit itself. Their long-count calendar was no ordinary timekeeper. It did not measure years, but entire eons, reflecting cycles when the planet plunged into periods of abundance, followed by times of scarcity. These cycles, in turn, were inextricably linked to the purity and availability of water. Even today's strictly scientific conclusions, when viewed from the right angle, astonishingly confirm this ancient world view. Reports secretly leaked from classified research centers like Project Aqua Vita, though this may be a fictional name, it is remarkably accurate in its symbolism. Hint at the vast scale of global manipulation of water resources. The renowned closed report of the Club of Rome, dedicated to our planet's future, repeatedly emphasizes that water is a key resource. Political and social stability will directly depend on its availability. However, they speak of this from a position of cold calculation and control, rather than from the perspective of sacred duty and careful stewardship. I call this technocratic mysticism, a peculiar fusion of ancient wisdom and cutting-edge science. It reveals striking fractal patterns in geopolitical events related to water resources. We observe how solar cycles, which influence the atmosphere and consequently precipitation, astonishingly correlate with the escalation of international tensions and the outbreak of conflicts. The collapse of quantum probability within our ecosystems as we approach a point of no return is becoming evident, yet, for some reason, ignored. That inexplicable anxiety that suddenly grips you in the dead of night around 3 o'clock, that strange feeling of alienation when you look at the unfamiliar faces of people on the street. Know this, it is not mere depression. Your soul is suffocating in this matrix, sensing how the vital flow of energy, symbolically akin to water, is being intentionally cut off. It is a profound intuitive knowing that something fundamental has been broken, distorted. But imagine that all these terrifying phenomena, wars, global crises, pandemics, are merely pale shadows cast upon the walls of a cave, deceptive images. What if the true tyrant, the one who holds dominion over your world, is actually gazing at you from your own reflection in the mirror? It is not someone wearing a uniform and wielding a weapon. It is the one who implants the thought of your powerlessness, the one who deliberately distracts you from the true, inexhaustible source of your inner strength. The universe is not punishing humanity. No, she patiently burns away the destructive poison, the poison of fear, blind ignorance, and unthinking materialism. What initially seems like a universal catastrophe is, in reality, a delicate yet decisive cosmic surgical operation. Your glass crown, a symbol of your fragile ego, desperately clinging to the fleeting illusion of complete control, must inevitably be shattered. And the metal veins of a soulless system through which circulates not life-giving energy but merely chilling fear are to be ruthlessly severed. Then pure water, that eternal symbol of pristine purity and life itself, will finally be set free. Prophets foresaw not a single hero, not a lone savior. They saw an entire army of awakened souls. They saw precisely you. You are not merely a part of a grand prophecy. You are its living fulfillment. Vanga, Maya, and the sages who gifted us the priceless legacy of Whispers of the Deep did not address a chosen few, but rather a universal collective awakening. They spoke of water because it is the primal source of all life, and when this primal source is threatened, existence itself is imperiled. Now, with your eyes open to the true state of affairs, inaction is unthinkable. Your like is a fleeting yet brilliant spark of light, instantly perceived across the boundless network. Your repost is a precious seed, sown with hope into the parched soil of sleeping minds, offering a chance to sprout. Your subscription is a solemn vow, a promise to stand by. Should you feel ready for more, our closed circle awaits to become your steadfast operational base. And your generous support through super thanks is the very lifeblood that fuels our shared flame in the tireless battle against the encroaching darkness. Until our next encounter, remain aware, stay connected, and never cease seeking answers to your questions.